What's happening, troops? Welcome back to another video on the SharpDiv YouTube channel. How you all doing? I'm back today and I'm bringing back a video that me and Ryan118 did quite a long time ago actually, and you guys actually really enjoyed it, so I thought I would bring it back today and just see if you enjoy this one as well. So in this video it will be a comparison between Steven Gerrard and Neil Lennon. Obviously Steven Gerrard is the Rangers manager and Neil Lennon is the new Celtic manager. By the way, thanks for 12,000 subscribers. Supporting the last video was really good. I appreciate it a lot. And I feel like I've got the bit between my teeth again for the YouTubes. Before we continue, we had the SYT Awards night the other day. And yeah, I won the Cut Broadfoot Hardest Worker of 2019 award. God loves a trier. In fact, let's celebrate with a wee bit of Red Bull. I'm not even going to lie. I spanked this full thing before the video even started. So the whole rules behind this sort of video is that there will be 10 subjects that me and Ryan will answer each manager on. It's almost like an attribute, a skill, and we'll rate it out of 10. The final score will be out of 100 and we'll see which manager shapes up to be the best in our both opinions. This top is fresh, isn't it, man? Look at the back of it actually. Ryan's already recorded his, so we'll go over to him and just see what he's saying to begin with.
Right, hello SharpDiv channel, Ryan118 here. If you do enjoy my videos, and make sure to go and like my channel.
Alright, cheers for that, Ryan. Try not to fall asleep, everybody. No, but honestly, Ryan is an actual decent guy. Pains me to say that. So if you are interested in his videos, head over there, subscribe to him, and watch him cry a lot next year. Okay, the first attribute that we are going to be discussing is tactical awareness.
Tactical awareness, the score for both managers, in fact, I've got 5. I've already voiced my opinion on Neil Lennon's tactical awareness on my channel. I feel like it does lack a lot. I feel like he makes stupid decisions, and when teams come at him, I feel like our teams struggle to go up against that. As for Steven Gerrard, it's his first year in management. I think a halfway point is fair to give him that, because I don't think he's showing an excellent set of tactical awareness skills. I mean, he didn't win any trophies, he didn't make a cup final, but then again, he did improve the Rangers side, and the Rangers do look better than what they did under Kashinya and Warburton and Murray, so there has been improvement in Rangers, but first year in management, let's see how it goes forward. I think 5. And plus I remember the first ever Gerrard game I watched at Rangers was when he made a substitution at a corner, which shouldn't be done.
Getting straight into it, I have gave Gerrard a 6 out of 10. The reason why I've gave Gerrard a 6 out of 10 is that in some of the big games I think that he's been tactically spot on, and in other big games we've just fell short tactically. I thought that Gerrard's tactics were absolutely sublime versus Celtic in the first Old Firm game at Ibrox last season, and that was against Brendan Rodgers. That wasn't against just this wee caretaker manager that came in. It was against the guy that everybody looked up to and thought, oh, this guy's this guy's that. But no, Gerrard just went out, fielded a team, and we just demolished Celtic that day. However, I feel as though we have been let down in some games as well. I thought it was a really bad tactical decision to try and change up the system and stuff when we were away to Motherwell, and it just didn't work. We went 3 to back, just didn't work. We didn't have the players for it, and also in other big games we just fell short, and that was due to like changing up too many bodies and just upsetting the rhythm of the team, taking jerseys off players that maybe didn't deserve to be dropped. I remember McCrory after Christmas and just all that stuff. So that is why I have gave Gerrard a 6 out of 10. Now I have went ahead and gave Neil Lennon a 5 out of 10. The reason why I've gave him a 5 out of 10 is I think that he's been very tactically naive going into big games recently. Although he has managed to just get Celtic over the line, they haven't been playing great football. It's almost like the players have urged themselves to get themselves over the line. Tactics have not been great. I think that he's never been really a tactical manager. He's always based teams around hard work and getting in people's faces, so I've given him a 5 out of 10. I don't think he's got any extraordinary tactics. I just think he tries to make his teams fitter than everybody else, run more and that sort of stuff, so I've given him a 5 out of 10. So the next topic we will be moving on to is decision making, and obviously this takes into account decisions before matches and who to play, after matches and who to drop, what to say, and during matches what to actually do. Decisions are massively important being a manager, and that's why they get paid their big bucks. So I have actually given both of them the same score in this one. I've given them a 7 out of 10.
I've done the same thing. I've given them both 6. Basically the same stuff, so I just voiced, and that's why I've given them the same scores. Yes, I'm taking the easy way out right now.
The reason why I've gave Gerrard a 7 out of 10 is because I think he's had it right sometimes, and then other times he's just got it massively wrong, like I already touched on, just dropping players after everything was going well. We brought like Defoe and we brought Davis straight into the starting 11 versus Kilmarnock when we'd reached like just level with Celtic or a point behind them or something like that after the new year, and it just didn't go well. We get beat that day and it was just a big mistake. However, he regained a sense of decision making when he decided that he would change the system again and we would start to play differently going into the end of the season, and that's when Rangers played their best football, I think, over the full course of the season. I've given Neil Lennon a 7 out of 10 because obviously he's made big decisions in big games as well. He did lead Celtic to like a win over Barcelona, so that's a great win. He took them to the last 16 and stuff like that, so he had to make big decisions in that match. Obviously Tony Watt coming on versus Barcelona, it was a great decision. He broke through and he scored. But I think recently in the Old Firm game at Celtic Park, I thought the substitute that he made at half time was absolute borderline disrespectful towards Rangers, taking Johnny Hayes off, leaving Tierney and Boyata on the field, although both of them are just severely injured. So the reason why I have given him a 7 is that I think he could have thrown that game away on that day. He made a very bad sub. Obviously both players get injured. And yeah, Rangers came on strong, so I've given him a 7 out of 10 for that one.
Man management for Neil Lennon and Steven Gerrard. For this one, I've given Gerrard the edge. I gave Neil Lennon 7, which a lot of people might not agree with, and I've given Gerrard 8. Now, Neil Lennon has obviously had stories of falling out and such, and I could have given him a lot less of a score, but I feel like the good stories of Neil Lennon do outweigh the bad. He's shared some fantastic relationships with the players he's brought into Celtic. You know, he brought in his Gary Hoopers, his Wanyamas, his Van Dijks and such, brought all these players in and gave them that opportunity to develop their careers, and you hear the thanks for them. And players like Scott Brown, who admire Neil Lennon, it gets along with a lot of players, despite the couple of fallings out he's had in his careers, probably the most recent being Canberra. Gerrard, I've given an 8 because there's been nothing really. I could have went and gave him a 10, but I didn't want to be too generous because there's been no stories of falling outs or anything, and he's managed to find his best squad and such at points. But then there has been inconsistency with like squad selections and such, and he has dropped players at times and things have been questioned. Man management, I gave 8. I think it's fair. 7, 8. It's not too far off each other.
Gerrard receives a 9 out of 10 because I just think that this season every single player to a man has been exceptional. We've had a great squad, and when you have a great squad, it shows that the manager is showing great signs of man management. He's making everyone in that squad feel a part of it, and he's not leaving anybody out. I remember Ross McCrory coming in at St Johnstone and just playing out his skin after playing a couple of games, and that was a few months into the season. Lennon, on the other hand, I have gave an 8 out of 10. I think that he has really good bonds with players from the past, but he has shown that he can fall out with players as well. Canberra fell out with him big time at Hibs, and it just went right downhill very fast for Lennon at Hibs, and they were 9th in the table, not doing well. Players weren't playing for him, lost the dressing room, so we're giving him an 8. Moving on to this one, and I think this is a fairly easy decision for both managers, and it is passion. So for this one, I have gave Gerrard a 9 out of 10. The reason why I've only gave him a 9 and not a 10 is that I think you just can't have that same passion that he would have managing Liverpool. They're obviously his boyhood club, the team he supports, the team he'll dream of managing in the future. So I'm giving him a 9, but so far I've seen great passion from him for his players, for the fans, for the establishment, the full club in general, and I've been really proud to call him my manager. Moving on to Lennon, and it's got to be a 10. I cannot deny that guy is full of passion for the club that he obviously supported, the club that he loves. And yeah, even when he goes to Hibs, when he goes to Bolton, he just shows so much passion for the players, for the club. So he's got to get a 10.
Passion, Neil Lennon 10. Absolutely, there's no question about it. I don't need to explain. 10 for Lennon. I've given 5 for Gerrard. I can hear the comments already, Div. I'm sorry. I can hear the comments. Really just because I think Gerrard hasn't displayed a massive amount of passion on the touchline or anything, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't think he's as passionate as what Neil Lennon is. Neil Lennon, for me, is double the passion of any manager in Scotland.
Professionalism. A really interesting one, and I think this is where Gerrard absolutely bats this boy out the park. I'm giving Gerrard a 9. A solid 9. Could have even maybe given him a 10. The only reason why I'm not giving him a 10 is that sometimes in post-match interviews and stuff like that, he said some stuff, but that could just be mind games as well to an extent. And I'm giving Neil Lennon a 3 out of 10 on this. And I think 3's maybe even been a bit generous. The amount of bans that he's had is scary. Everybody talks about Morelos and his conduct. Neil Lennon's conduct as a manager has been nothing short but disgraceful.
I've gave Gerrard a score of 8. And I've given Neil Lennon a score of 5. The reason I've given 5, and a lot of people saying that's far too high for Lennon, because we know what Lennon's like. He's had a lot of problems on the touchline. He's having a lot of suspensions throughout his whole career, especially at Celtic. Even at Hibs, a few touchline bans and such. He's goaded fans and such. He's recovered that quite well in this little term at Celtic. I've bumped him up from what I was going to originally give a 3 to a 5, just because it does look as though his professionalism has improved. Gerrard, I've given an 8 because he's not really had any problems. I was honestly going to consider giving him a 10 for professionalism. Then I remembered about a couple of interviews where he kind of spat his dummy out the pram and such, and he moaned about things and such, and that was what kind of knocked it down for me. If it wasn't for those interviews though, I would have been given a Gerrard 10 for professionalism. But Neil Lennon's career comes back to bite him in this situation.
The next subject is youth development, and this is obviously a hard one. I've given both managers a 5, just got to say that straight up. I think that Neil Lennon has not given players the best chances youth-wise. Gerrard, I've also gave a 5 because although giving Glenn Middleton a great chance, giving Sergio Attaki his debut, again young Kelly and stuff like that squad, reason being he's only 1 year into his management, so it's really hard to tell on this one.
Gerrard has not really had the chance to develop youth, so it was hard to determine. He's been here a year. I mean, how much youth development can you do within a year? A lot of the youth that he's had at Rangers he's loaned out, and I tried not to be too harsh about it, so I've given 4. There's not much I can say for Gerrard. He's been there a year. I basically said what I have to say. As for Lennon, I believe I gave him a 6. I gave him 6 because there's been a lot of players that he has given chances at Celtic to prove if they're good enough or not. Probably not enough of a chance, why it's just around 6. But then again, you get players like James Forrest, who is, you know, now you can look at him as a Celtic icon the way his career has went at Celtic.
Moving on to the next one, and that is transfer recruitment. So Ryan being Ryan, he forgot to give me the transfer recruitment numbers in the video, so I decided to FaceTime him and I tried to record it formatted. So here's some screenshots in which I'll tell you exactly what happened. So I phoned Ryan as he told me to phone him. He never answered. So when he did answer, he was wearing this funny hat and I found that amusing. So then I asked him what his transfer numbers were. He gave Gerrard a 6 and he gave Neil Lennon a 7, which I was really surprised at considering they signed Virgil van Dijk. Ryan then proceeded to show me his Raptors jersey and then I had to hang up. You dirty Raptors I have given Gerrard a 6 out of 10 on this one. I think that some of the signings have been exceptional, but some of them have been just very bad. I mean, we look at Grezda, we signed him for $2.5 million. We look at Borna Barisic, that looks to be floating, we signed him for I think $2 million. It's a lot of money for us, and I think they have been major flops. But then on the other hand, you look over and you see guys like Glenn Kamara being signed for 50 grand. Signing of the season, you've got to say. And there's also Scotty Arfield been brilliant, Alan McGregor, Jermaine Defoe, Steve Davis. All these guys I have given Neil Lennon a very good score here. I've given him a 10. The reason why I have given him a 10 is because he has brought in players such as Victor Wanyama, Virgil van Dijk. I mean, Virgil van Dijk, that's just a 10 in itself. He's went on to just do massive things. He's on the cusp of winning a Ballon d'Or, the second defender to ever do so. Messi might have something to say about that, but I'm guessing we will see very shortly who will pick that award up. Next subject is getting results in big games. I've went ahead and gave Gerrard a 6 out of 10 for this. The reason why I've given him a 6 is that sometimes in the biggest games we have fell short. The number of times we dropped points to Aberdeen was dreadful. I thought our performances in the Old Firms were brilliant, which is the reason why I've brought them up. And then obviously we went out disastrously to Aberdeen in both cup competitions. I've given Neil Lennon a 7 out of 10. The reason why I've given him a 7 is because of previous results, I think. Back in the past in the Champions League, he'd done really well for Celtic, and that is why I've given him a 7, because his objective at Celtic was always to win the treble, and it's something he couldn't do with Rangers in the league.
Big games, once again, Gerrard's had a very small amount of big games at Rangers, and the big games that he has had have not went his way. Now, his 2 big games that he won were Ibrox and the Old Firm games. He got the first Old Firm win for Rangers since 2016. Huge, first in, over 2 years. It was a massive win for Rangers. But no cup finals. Knocked out in the semi-final of the League Cup. Didn't even make the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. So not a good first season in terms of big games. You should be expecting to win at Ibrox anyway. So I've given Gerrard a 4 for that. And honestly, that's the one that I don't really understand any argument from Rangers fans in the comments. I'm sorry, his big games have not been good. Granted, yes, he did get them back into European football. That's good, but they didn't make it to the last 32. And when you look at Neil Lennon's big games as Celtic manager, he got us to the last 16 of the Champions League. He beat Barcelona. He came in big games, in charge. Every game was a big game after Brendan Rodgers left because of the state the club was in. And he still went and got us the Scottish Cup one. Big game there. Consistently got us to the Champions League. Big games, Neil Lennon was good for it. I'm giving him a 7 though, because obviously there has been disappointment and at times it's not perfect. But he got us to the Champions League back to back. He won us the treble this season. With Hibs, you know, he was decent with his big games.
Moving on to potential, and I think this is where Gerrard just absolutely steals it again. I'm giving Gerrard a 9 out of 10 because there's some question marks still, but I think this guy can go to the very top. Liverpool is obviously an objective that he wants to get to, but he's never going to leave Rangers until Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool. And Neil Lennon, I'm giving a 2 out of 10. Celtic is as good as it's going to get for this guy. He's tried England, failed dramatically with Bolton. He's done other clubs, not done overly well, and now he's back at Celtic. And for him, I think if it doesn't succeed for him here, it's just going to go down and down and down, whereas Gerrard's going to go up and up and up and get better and better and better. So I'm giving Lennon a very, very poor 2 out of 10.
Neil Lennon, 3. He's not going to get anything better than Celtic in his career. I'm giving him 3 with the hope that he might stay at Celtic a few more years, because that's the level he'll stay at. Gerrard, I've given a 9. Because his career can go as high as Liverpool. Maybe even I could be even pushed to give him 10. But I'll stick with 9. If he can move to England and eventually get to that Liverpool job, his career can go as high as he possibly wants it to. So I'm giving him a 9 for that.
Finally, it is predicted trophies for the following season. We're not going to say what trophies exactly that the managers are going to win, but we are going to give our number of trophies. And for each trophy, I'm going to award 3 points to each manager.
And this one's to take the wind up the channel. Neil Lennon will win... I want to say 3 trophies. Will he win 3 trophies though? Will he?
No.
I'm going to go with 2 to be safe, so no one laughs at me if we don't win a treble. Gerrard, I'm giving 0. Thank you for having me on, Div.
I think that Steven Gerrard will pick up 2 trophies next year. Not going to say what trophies they are, but I think he's going to pick up 2. And I think that Neil Lennon is going to pick up none. So on adding all of those scores up, Ryan has Neil Lennon in the lead very, very slenderly. But I have Steven Gerrard quite handedly in the lead here with a score of 72 and Neil Lennon with a score of 57. So that roughly translates when you bring it back to Steven Gerrard scoring about a 7.2 out of 10 and Neil Lennon scoring a 5.7 out of 10. So obviously I want to know how you are feeling about this, so if you could get involved in the comment section, that is all I ask of you to do. Thanks very much for watching. I've been SharpDiv and I will see you in the next one.
All my weakness keep on lingering.